Hello everyone, this is Karthik Sagar. I welcome you all. In this video, I'm going to discuss the topic robotics. As far as the robots are concerned, you can see robots are used in many applications nowadays, and they are playing very important role in exploration work. And in this video I'm going to discuss what is robotics, and then we will move to the topic what is robots, and what are the key components which are used in robot, and what are the different types of robot based on applications. So we will discuss about robotics. Okay, so let's start. Over here you can see few character which was in the movie. This is the character from Star Wars movie, and over here you can see the Wally. It is a movie name was Wally, and this character name is movie Wally, and it is a basically a rover which used for space exploration. So it is a movie based on space exploration, and this is a modern robot. These are few more character that are robots in the movie. Like you might know Optimus Prime from Transformer, and you might know the humanoid robot that is from movie Terminator. It was a pre-programmed robot, and you might have seen this animated character from Doraemon. And this is the robots. You might have seen this in Iron Man part 2. Okay, so that was designed for defense purpose, and this is the character from Indian movie, from movie Robot. Okay, so these are the few characters who were robots, and they have played a character. So let's begin with the topic what is robotics. So basically it is a branch, or you can call it a area of study where we will study about robots. Okay, so deals with the physical robots. That is a simple definition of robotics, that it is a branch of technology in which we deals with physical robots. Now let's go with more defined way. So this is the second definition you might have seen. So it is a you can say collaboration work. Like robotics is a branch, or it is a intersections of science, engineering, and technology. Okay, and basically it is a branch which produces machine that is called robots. Okay, so these are robots are a machine basically, but it is different from machine because there is a few component which makes robots a more uh, useful product. Okay, so basically robots are used for substituting the human actions. So it can substitute human actions by performing tasks. Okay, and if you see robotics as a branch, so it is emerged from time to time. Nowadays a lot of research is going in the robotics. Okay, and if you see the robots are very useful machines. You can use it at many places. Okay, so basically in the robotics what we do, that we develop, create different boards to explore things. Obviously here the exploration is like harsh conditions where the existence of human is quite difficult. In that case we use robots, so we can reduce the risk of life of human. Okay, and nowadays we can see robot in a law enforcement, like a police officer or traffic police officer. They are working as a traffic police officer, and you might have seen it in a healthcare, like in a medicine, or places where there is a need of healthcare. So robots are having more application nowadays. Okay, let's see what is robot. So it is a machine. We know that it is a multi machines, and robots are programmable machines. Okay, so the you can program it, and you can provide some kind of input, and robot can perform the task. So that is the programmable machines. Okay, and basically they can be autonomous, or they can be sort of semi-autonomous, so they can carry the work or a task automatically, or you can make them semi-automatic, like it can perform tasks automatically, but in the mid time a human can interact with them or provide some instructions. Okay, and application wise, you might have seen robots at many places, but there is many uh, applications of robot which is incredible. You can say that instead of using humans, we can reduce the risk of life by using robots. So we now that is completely task of human to decide that where to use robot. Okay, and we cannot replace human robots at instead of using human, we can go for robot. That is a complete decision of humans. Okay, but there are many applications which are very interesting, like for exploring space, or for exploring depth of the sea, we can use robots. Okay, so these are the important applications. Okay, and there are many applications where humans are it is very difficult for human to perform tasks, so that part can be done by the robots. Okay, this you might have seen this kind of robot, I don't know. And this is a robotic dog nowadays. Many companies are researching on this. Okay, Boston Dynamics is one of the leading organization we who are working on this robotic dogs. Okay, so let's understand a little bit of history, that how this concept of robot came in picture. So first of all, you might have seen robot is derived from robota. Okay, it is a chess word, and which means force, work, or labor. Okay, and if you go for if you see this, that robots are if you see this, robota means a slave. Okay, so in ancient time there was slavery, uh, and slaves are supposed to do a repetitive work, so they have a specific task, like pick some kind of wood and deliver it some at some place. So that work is very specific and repetitive. So same way robot do this work, they do repetitive tasks. That is why when machines do such a task, programmed machine, then it was called robots. So it is like forced work or labor work, or you can say slave work. Okay, so from that word robot came into the picture. And after that this Isaac Asimov, okay, it is in 1942 he introduced three laws of robotics. So he was a actually writer, he is a science fiction writer, and he used to write a story, science based stories. And in his book he has written three laws of robotics. Okay, so he introduced the word robotics and what can be the robot. Okay, so what is the robotics? First of all, let us understand what is the role of robotic engineers. Okay, so robotic engineers are the engineers who design, who design robotic system or design robots, and do research on robots. Basically they do research how to improve their quality, or how to manufacture them, or how to improve them. Okay, so they research on robots and robotic systems, and manufacture them in cost effective manner. Obviously we should go for cost effective manner, because if you because we have to as well as we have to think about that the robot should be reliable for the specific conditions. Okay, so if robotic engineer is if you want to be a robotic engineer, then you must have knowledge in many things. Like it is not a single branch, it is a combination of many branches. So you must have knowledge in mechanical engineering, then kinematics and dynamics, that is a branch of mechanical, then electrical and electronics engineering and software engineering, that is a part of a computer software. So it is a uh, mixture of many branches, so you must have knowledge in many branches. Like if you want to be a robotic engineer, then you have to pursue this knowledge, and you can graduate in any branch of this, mechanical, electrical, or anywhere, and you can design a system, particularly one part of the robotic system, or you can do master in robotics after completing your graduation, or you can pursue a graduation in robotics. Like a few organizations provide knowledge on provide graduation courses and master courses in robotics. Okay, so you must have knowledge on these branches. Okay, now let's go further. This is the Sir Isaac Asimov. He is the writer who introduced three laws, and in this law he defined uh, law to follow by the robots. Robot must follow these laws. Like first law is that robot may not injure human being or harm any human being, so they cannot injure or harm or kill any human being. So that is the first law. Okay, second law is that robot must obey orders given by the human beings. Okay, so robot must follow human instructions, but there is exception that they should not, the order should not conflict with first law. So if the order is given by the human is that to kill another person, then they cannot obey that instructions. Okay, so they cannot kill human being. And third is robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with first law or second law. Okay, so if someone attack the robot, then they should protect themselves, they must protect themselves, but they in return, in defense, they cannot kill the person, because that is a violation of rule number one. So they must protect himself, they should obey the human, and they should not kill human. That is the three law given by the Sir Isaac Asimov. Now let's see what is the components, basic components of robots. Okay, so there are many components, but let's see some important components without which uh, robot cannot perform any task. So first of all, they see that power supply. Obviously power supply is very much important. Without that, the robot cannot move. Okay, so they we should give one some kind of energy, and they will convert that energy into some useful work. That is our work. Okay, so that energy can be a solar energy, or that can be a hydraulic energy, or pneumatic energy, or electrical energy. So that can be any type. That's completely design depends on a designer, that what kind of power supply he want to give or she want to give. Okay, so that completely depends on a designer. Okay, like if you want to go for a space robots, then you cannot charge the robots every time. Then you should think of solar energy based robots, so they can charge in the daytime and perform their task. Okay, likewise you can go for any kind of power supply. That depends on a designer. Then actuator is the component which converts the energy into some useful work. So they are like a mechanism which moves to perform tasks. Okay, so it is a one kind of mechanisms. Then electrical motors, you might know that if you provide a power supply, then to actuate or to give movement to the your components, you must have need to use electric motor. Like if you have a moving vehicle, then you have to provide motors to wheels, or to provide uh, electrical motor to the actuator, so it can perform the task. Okay, so we can provide motor. Then sensors are very much important, because it is like senses, it senses things. Sensors can be contact type, non-contact type. That depends completely on the what are the sensors which are we are using. Like they can be used to measure temperature, speed, velocity, distance, acceleration, or it can be used for humidity checking, or for checking other criteria like temperature. Okay, so sensors can be useful, and they provide feedback system too, so that feedback can be useful to control the robot. So they provide feedback as a sense and provide information and feedbacks. And control is, you can say it is a microprocessor based system which can be used to control the robot. Okay, so controller is very much important because we want to control the robot in a specific, for specific task. So controller is run a program, so it is having a program and CPU and all, so that is a very much important component. Okay, so let's move. Okay, now let's see what is the classification of robots. So robot can be classified on many bases, but let's see one or two kind of classification. First of all, based on application, we can use in industry. Okay, that is for manufacturing or production work like manufacturing and logistics, shipping and production and all that. Or we can use for service like for service application like medical. This is very much important application nowadays. For defense, that robot can be useful, as well as nowadays we are using in home and education purpose too, and many more service applications are there where robots are in use. Okay, and if you see, robot can be classified based on movability, how it is moving. Like it can be fixed type, so it will stay at one place and they will perform that whatever the repetitive task that is given to it. Okay, or it can be moving type like mobile, it will move from one place to another place based on, depends on movability. It can move in water, that is aquatic type, or it can move in air like airborne. Okay, airborne, like you might have seen drones, they are airborne, they travel, move in air. Or terrestrial, for land, they move on a land. On movability on land can be classified in two ways, like they have wheel or they have leg. Okay, humanoid robots have legs, but they can we can provide wheels too for movability. So based on locomotion, this is the classification. One more classification based on operation. Okay, operations like how we can operate the robots. Like one is pre-programmed robots. Okay, so controller provide, it is very simple because they are used for monotonous task. Like task is very repetitive, so we have programmed that task and they will keep repeating this task, and that is repetitive. Like for assembly, robots are having this kind of pre-programmed robots. Okay, so that controller is controlling them is very easy. They are very controlled and program, according to program they will perform the task. Second is humanoid robots. They look like robots. They see, mimic like human behavior. Okay, they can walk, talk or run or jump like humans, and they sometimes they provide human faces or expression just like humans. Okay, so humanoid robots, you might have seen Simo, that is Japan based robot. Okay, and there is many more robot, like you might seen that robot from movie Robot Chitti, that is a humanoid robot, they look like humans. Okay, then autonomous robot, they are completely automatic. Okay, and after providing the program and sensors and whatever the system we are providing, after that we don't have to do supervision or we have to interact. So there is no need of human operator. After programming it, they will carry their tasks and they will provide in their information, and they are completely autonomous. We don't have to do any kind of supervision. Then teleoperated, in this robots, human interaction is there, they are controlled by the humans. Okay, so they are semi-autonomous. They are programmed for particular tasks like exploration or for having reports on geographical condition, weather or circumstances. Okay, so they are completely work in hazardous condition, but what information we needed, we have to provide instructions. So for that we need humans, so we can control the robots. Okay, we can use as with the help of remote or any kind of instructions. Okay, you might have teleoperated robots are like these are used in drones to detect landmines. So we have to provide that information that what to do, like detect landmines, and it will travel and it will find it. Okay, and next is augmenting robot. Augmenting robot is very much useful nowadays, like it increases the human capability, like someone uh, lost his human body part, then prosthetic limb or prosthetic robotic part are attached to the human body and they will perform the rest. Okay, so whatever the dysfunctionality of the human body can be performed by the robots. So it is very much important, and uh, it increases the human capability. So you can wear the robot, you can go inside augmenting robots and it increases your capability. So that is the interesting uh, applications. Now let's move to the types of robots. Now you might have seen this robot. This is a space exploration robot, and for exploring space, now you know that conditions of space is very hazardous to the human life. There is a risk of human life, so we can reduce the risk of human life by exploring the space with the help of robots. Okay, so we can send a small crew of robots and they will explore the space and land where we want to do the exploration. And after finding few parameters and about weather, climate, and hazardous condition over there, we can do experiment with humans. Okay, so the robots are very much useful in space exploration. We are using robots in space exploration from long time. This is a rover. We are using it from the long time. Now this is a new robot, space box. It is a jumping type of robot. We are using it in a space exploration. Okay, so it is leg robot and it jump to do to move from one place to another place. So for locomotion it is using the next is mass finder. Okay, we are sending one robot and it will traveling to the, it is useful to find a path so we can safely land on the Mars or any planet. Okay, this is a planetary flyby probes. Nowadays after rovers we are going for a flyby probes. It's like a drone, and it is much faster than and more useful than rovers, because it movability is faster, quicker, and they are very reliable with the systems situations. This is the space lander. It is a robot which is useful to land safely land our space shuttle on the any planetary body. So we can space landers is automatically sense the parameters from the space, and according to that they find a place where they can easily uh, land the space ship, okay, without any accident. And this is a rover they are delivering with the use of space lander. Now let's go to the next application, that is underwater robots. Okay, underwater robots, you know that human capability is very limited. If you think about sea exploration, we cannot go to the depth of the sea. So for that we can use robots. Okay, this is a aqua to underwater robots, which is very much important. It if you program it, so it will run inside a it will travel in the water and it will give information and feedbacks on uh, underwater bodies. Okay, so it is very full useful to understand the marine and environmental issue and protect the ocean resource and species. Okay, and it is helpful to find mines, underwater mines and all. Okay, This is a Mantare drones. You might say this is look like a drone, and it is useful to explore water bodies. Now this is a robotic jellyfish. Okay, we are using it for understanding the environment in the sea depth of the sea, and it is providing information on many climatic change and climate change and weather conditions. Okay. This is a humanoid robots. We are using it for applications like welding of pipes and all. Okay, and detecting mines. We are using humanoid robots. It is with artificial intelligence. Next is robotics is used for mining purposes. You know that mine is a dangerous place, and there is a risk of life to the people. So if you see, while excavation new mines, instead of you going with people, we can use robot to explore the place first of all, and to know that the place is safe or not, and after that, having assurance that the place is safe, we can go for humans. So that is this is how robot can be useful. And as well as we can use robot for uh, uh, delivery things from mines to the outer surface. So we can use, like, this is the Iran 6. It is a Russian based robot they are using for mine clearing. And this is the sub T robots, DARPAs. It is a robot for exploring the mines. Okay. Next is application in medicine. It is very much important application nowadays, because we are using robots in medical, like for surgery we are using robots. Okay, we are using pre-programmed robots for uh, plastic surgery. We are using Da Vinci surgical robot, and so these robots are very useful. Okay, they are more accurate, they are very effective, and they use computer software to accurately manipulate the surgical robots. So their role is very important nowadays. They are using in the medicals. Okay, and this revolutionized the practice of medicine. Now let's go to the next part. Robots are used in defense. This is also very important application, because you can say that robot can play important role in any military system, and they are very much useful. Now they cannot kill human as per Isaac Asimov, but we can use robot for assisting other soldiers on real time war zone. They can go find things. Okay, they can with the help of sensors and camera, they can provide information to the other soldiers, and based on the information, soldier can take his decision. So this is how they can be useful. And they can be useful for intelligent details. They can be used for finding bombs or mines. They can rescue soldiers. This is a very much interesting application. Okay, they can rescue the soldiers, they can save the life. Okay, so this is how they can be useful. Like right now, you can see they are rescuing the people. They can be useful for detecting mines. This is the aerial robot who can used for providing support to the military or soldiers. They can provide facility, food, or enemies, anim, animo. Okay, so they can be useful. Okay, next let's see. This is the automotive industry, in which we are using robots in automobile industry from last 50 years. Okay, for assembly of product, or for painting automobiles, or for welding automobiles, we are using this from last 50 years. Okay, like many company like Tesla or Honda, they are using it from very beginning, and nowadays every most of the automobile industries are using robots, and they provide more efficient, accurate, flexibility, and they are very much useful in production lines. So that this is why we are using automobile robots in automobile industries. Next application is for manufacturing, same as automobile. We are using robots in manufacturing, like for repetitive task, like pick and place type of work, we are using robots. Okay, so we are just having and after that we perform tasks like welding, assembly, shipping, handling raw materials, product packaging. We are using for this kind of application in manufacturing industries. Okay, these are the, it is used for shipping purposes. This is the foundry robot. We can use robots in foundry process. As you know that temperature in foundry can be 800 900 or more than that. So robot can be useful in that temperature too. Okay, and we can use them for packaging and warehouse systems. So these are the few important applications. Now let's see, robots are used in inspection. For inspection purpose we can use robots. Okay, like if you see, this is a unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, which is used in for inspecting transmission line. This is in Russia. Okay, they are using drone line. You can see this is like a drone, and it is having many wheels, like 6 or 8 wheels, uh, fans. So it is used for inspecting transmission line. Now this is a high power grid. So and by test inspection we cannot use human in this case, obviously. And this is a bridge boat. Okay, for inspecting bridge, that there is any kind of failure or crack or not. Okay, so this bridge boat can be useful. It can travel on any kind of surface, vertically, horizontally, or inclined, and they can automatically find the uh, faults. So for finding faults we can use this kind of robot and inspection work. So they have sensors and they can detect problems. Okay, next is robots in deliveries in pandemic. You know that in corona, that contact uh, contactless system is more efficient way to deliver things. So robotic delivery is very much useful application in nowadays situation. They promise contactless delivery. They provide a safety feature to the humankind. So this is how this work. They detect sensor detect pedestrian or uh, delivery person, and according to it they perform the task. This is the robot based, Chennai based robot. It is used in Chennai hospital for delivery of food and medicine hospital, and they are very much useful in the pandemic, and they are using this robot. Okay, now let's see few robots who are in news. Like nowadays they are very much in use, and their application is very interesting. So let's see that this is the AU Spot. Name is AU Spot. It is a robotic dog, and Boston Dynamic is doing research every day on this and doing experiment on robotic dog, and they are training them for exploring caves and Mars. So they are under training, these robots are, and they want them to be explore the Mars. They are going to use it. Okay, now next is, this is the underwater robots. You might have seen a few robots earlier, and this is French British naval countermine program is designed for this program, and basic work is to find the mines in the sea. Okay, there is a mine that is under the sea, already been uh, trans transplant. So their work is to find them. Okay, next is, this is a 3D printed submarine. Okay, nowadays this submarine is very much in news. It is a Russian based uh, submarine, and it has a role that to provide feedback and information that what kind of activity is going under the international water bodies. Okay, so it is a quite revolution and it is used by Russia to give information on activity on water bodies. Okay, next is, these are the humanoid robots tour. This one is very much famous. It is designed in 2000 by the Japan based company Honda. Its name is Asimo, and it is a human like robot, and it can wave hand, it can dance, it can walk, it can run just like human. Obviously, based on application, it was not useful, and it was just used for entertainment purpose for till now, and it reaches its limitation. Okay, and this is paper. Robot name is paper, and it is a personal trainer. It provides assistant for the human being, that what it scan the person, it provide information that what kind of exercise must perform, and what should be provide the information on diets and all. So it is a personal trainer robot. Okay, let's see next. This is a belly designed by the Samsung. It is a rolling kind of robot. Okay, it is a home application. For the, it can assist you in many ways. It can assist you for day-to-day activity. It can assist you around home. Okay, and it can provide many informations like humidity, temperature. Based on it can scan you and provide assistant that when to hydrate your body and all. Okay, and this is a Bellabot. It is a Chinese robot, and it is used for making food deliveries in this pandemic. It is very friendly, and it is very useful in corona time. This robot is very much useful. Okay, so for delivery purpose, food delivery purpose. Next is, this is the Indian robot, C Astra, designed by Invento Robotics. It is an Indian company, and it is a medical application, you can say. This robot is having an application that it can screen or scan people, patients, and by scanning patient, it provide information that it is infected or not, as well as it screen the areas. So it scan the premises of workplace, and after that it disinfected by uh, sanitizing it. Okay, so it having applications. And this is a Jivika is launched by parallel works of Central Railways. Jivika is an Indian robot, and it is used as a healthcare worker. Okay, so it is in a useful in medical purpose. It is used by the Indian government. Okay, so it is a healthcare worker. Next is, you might have seen, this is robot is very small. Okay, it is a size of a single fingertip. It is a Robo B. It is look like a Robo B, and it having a very interesting applications. Okay, you can use for rescuing missile missions. You can use as surveillance, as well as you can use for getting information on weather, climate monitoring, and you can use it for crop pollination. Okay, so you can use it. It is very small, and it is having applications. You can use it, okay, for defense, or you can use for agricultural purpose, or you can use it for climatic things. This is a wind skip. It is a robotic ship, or you can say it is a very interesting shipping vessel. It is a 2000 meter, or you can call it 2 kilometer longer robot. 2 kilometer long. It is a very big robot, and it is useful for shipping purposes. You can deliver product from one place to another country, or one continent to another continent. So it is very big, and just you have to program it, and just give the information on locations there where to deliver, and will by using GPS and global data, it will satellite data, it will deliver or ship the products. So these are few robots which are in news. Okay, so I hope I have might be able to give few information on robotics, that robotic is a branch, and it do research about robots, and robot having a many applications, and which is quite interesting and useful to the human being. Okay. And uh, application of robot, where to apply robot, or where to choose robot for work, is completely a decision of human. Okay. So we cannot replace any person by the robot, but if that place is dangerous to human being, then we must adopt robot. In this situation they are useful. Okay. Like space exploration, and where the human capability is limited, and robots are more useful. Okay. So let hope you guys have a few idea that robotic can what it can be the future. Nowadays in artificial intelligence and internet of thing is also in a demand, and it is a current topic for research. So robot will interact with these systems, and they will be more useful. Okay. So these are the few applications where we have seen this application. Like self-driving car is, we can say this can be a robotic system, or it can be useful for training and rehabilitation. Okay. Now this application is not that much useful, because we human can perform tasks, but there is many application where human will reach a limit, and robot can be useful. So we should find those application, we should go for robotics in this situation. So hope uh, I have I I'll make you understand things quite interestingly, and you may learn few things from this video. So thank you.